Hi everyone, and welcome to my video on conditional probability. My name is Darren from Maffs Guru. Lovely to see you. There it is, my little corner of the interweb. Yes, Maffs, guru.com. Yeah, who thought I could spell? Now, basically, this video is part of the Mathematical Methods Units 1 and 2 course here in Australia. Doesn't matter if you're not in Australia, because conditional probability is absolutely everywhere. Yes, I know. And so fingers crossed, this video is going to be useful. Behind me, you'll see my learning objectives, which I'll go through in just a moment. And it's just going to tell you what this video is hoping to achieve. If you want to, these notes, everything I'm about to write all over are downloadable from Maths Guru. There are going to be summary books up there as well at some point, I promise you. But for now, just know that there are VCEE exam questions. All of these videos are there. Hopefully the resource is useful for you. What are my learning objectives? Understand what it means to be a conditional probability. Know how to find conditional probabilities. Know what the multiplication rule of probability is and when to use it. So excited already. Know the law of total probability and when to use it. And apply the learnings to a range of questions. Now, believe it or not, you probably already know most of this stuff. You just haven't thought of it in the way that we're going to deal with it in this video. And that's pretty much the trick to methods, isn't it? We seem to take all the stuff you've done before and sort of confuse it with strange language, or do we actually make it clearer? Who knows? But it's going to build on all the videos we've done before. And yes, you can watch those on mathsguru.com. They're all there because this is about halfway through the content area for probability. So we've looked at the fact that there's maybe a relationship between events. What if the outcome of one event is conditional on the outcome of the event which came before it? Hence the idea of conditional probability. Now, before I go any further, can you do me a massive favor? Yes, I've only just got into this video, but subscribing to my YouTube channel means not only the world to me, but it actually says, hey dude, I watched your video. And that, at the end of the day, when I get 4 people sort of subscribing, it just blows me out of the water. I generally think I'm going viral. Sad, yes, but nobody watches maths videos. I mean, hopefully you're watching this and haven't given up already, but that click is huge. Now, going back to conditional probability, we see that we have a new notation. Of course we have a new notation. And again, I think this was done in year 10 if you're over here in Australia, and it is effectively that vertical line here. And whenever we do a probability question, you are advised or expected to write PR and a set of brackets and what you're trying to find inside equals and then whatever you're going to put as your answer. Now, this does not need to be a life story, okay? I've made it very long here and verbose, but we can use shorthand language. So if I was going to read this in the way that it's meant, what is the probability that when I toss a coin, the second toss is a head, given that the first toss is a head? So realistically speaking, what is the probability of getting a head followed by a head? Oh, interesting, I think. Is it head followed by a head, or is it what is the probability of getting a second head given that the first is a head? So there's a slight change there in language. Now, if we look at some practical examples, you're going to turn and say, oh, actually, this is a lot easier than it sounds. Right. Suppose we roll a fair die and define event A as rolling a 6. And event B as rolling an even number. What is the probability of rolling a 6 given the information that an even was rolled? Now, basically, if we were to draw a Venn diagram, yes, and we were going to look at the idea that an even number has been thrown, what are we going to have inside? So let's say that's my event A, for example, is an even number. Well, we got the numbers 2, 4, and 6. Happy with that? Okay. Now, basically, it then says, well, what is the probability that given that the numbers 2, 4, and 6 have been thrown, that effectively a 6 was rolled? And there we go. If I put a circle around the 6, that's the event we're looking at. Well, the fact was there are how many even numbers? 3. How many of those are a 6? 1. So in which case, the probability there of rolling a 6, given that an even was already rolled, would be 1 out of 3. Now, Venn diagrams can make life really, really helpful. You didn't have to draw a Venn diagram. I could have turned around and said, well, hold on a moment. If I've had my evens already thrown, I could have written the numbers 2, 4, and 6 here. And I could have said, well, look at these 3. What is the probability it was an even number? Again, I put a box around here or underlined it. And so you don't have to draw Venn diagrams. I just think they're nice and pretty. Really?